What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I know it's a Friday. It's late on a Friday, and you're probably not feeling as into it as you were maybe earlier in the week, and I understand that. But I do ask that if you think this topic is important as much as I do, that you'll consider sharing this somewhere, whether on Twitter, Facebook, Minds, Gab, Library, whatever. And that you leave a like and a comment on the video to help spread it, to help people see exactly what is going on. And a lot of people, when I gripe about YouTube, the common response is like, yeah, but you're still here. Well, yeah, I think it would be foolish to just abandon where the audience is. You can do more to change by showing people that there are alternatives and staying and fighting against it as long as you can, than just abandoning it altogether and throwing the towel in. I felt this way about Twitter for a long time too, and I was like, forget it, I'm going to leave Twitter. But then it's like, okay, well, now I'm just forfeiting the fight. I think it's important that content creators still take time to criticize this platform, to point out its flaws in hopes that they correct it, but also, and more importantly, to show people that there are other options, whether it's BitChute, Library, Dailymotion. By the way, I have now created a Library page, and Dailymotion is under review. So maybe by the time this video goes up, I'll have the link in the description, but I will add it once I have it. They locked me out because I uploaded too many videos or something like that. A lot of the talk this week has been about the YouTube Purge. And I saw Crowder uploaded a video about it, and I watched it. And, you know, I like Crowder. I like Steven. He mostly does really good work. But that video didn't really tell me anything other than to sign up for Mug Club, which I 100% understand why he has to do that, and that's not a shot. I mean, the guy was single-handedly demonetized by Carlos Maza's hurt feelings. And by the way, Carlos Maza is back and still whining about how he stuck it to everybody. You know, he was on Twitter just the other day saying, I don't know what will happen with YouTube's new policy. I barely even know what's happening with my own life right now, to be honest. But at the end of the worst year, I'm proud that I raised trouble, and I do it all over again. Yeah, you would, because you're selfish. I mean, I, of course, respond, you know, that you cost thousands of creators their livelihood and cause irreparable damage to YouTube because you got your feelings hurt, and you would do it all again because you're fragile and selfish. And that is the type of thing that, you know, modern day, I don't know if I can really say if I'm really in a gray area there. Because when YouTube rolled out this new policy, let me give you an example. They said that, hey, we're not going to retroactively punish creators. That was a lie. Friend of the channel, friend of mine, and podcast co-host Bering had a video from something like 2017 removed, and his channel was assigned a strike, which means he cannot upload for a full week now, for a video that violated no policies up until today. This is the problem. Look, obviously rules have to evolve, change, and I understand that. And when you look at the rules themselves that the platform has decided to bring forward, I don't see a lot of problems with them. I mean, look, if you're out here saying, I'm going to come to your house and blah, 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 yeah, you should be removed from the platform. If you're endlessly, you know, just being over the top, you know, making fun of somebody's physical appearance, you know, in a malicious manner, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand why that's a penalty. But the problem is that's not how YouTube is enforcing it. And on top of that, Google seems to be censoring some of their competitors. And that's a frightening thing. That's something where, like, the FTC might want to get in. And I know it's hard for other creators to want to promote other platforms. For example, I have a BitChute page. It's bitchute.com/thequartering. Look, if you're one of my viewers that already uses an ad block, Why aren't you watching my videos on BitChute? I mean, I hate even mentioning it because, you know, it's like, oh, this is immediately going to cost you money. And that's why people don't do it. But you've got to look at the bigger picture. You know, I've got almost 18,000 followers here. And BitChute is going to be putting in a feature. I just haven't used it yet. I have access to it where I can put an ad here. And 100% of that ad's revenue goes to the creator. So let's say, how do I say, maybe I want to put an ad up here for my Ridge Wallet stuff or something. I can add it here and I can charge and I can monetize. It's very cool. I also have a library page. I just created it. I'll leave a link in the description below. I'm uploading videos kind of in between things today. But that'll be there. And there's other platforms. Daily Motion, which, by the way, I created today and, like I said, is currently locked down. But as content creators, you must go the extra mile to support these platforms and at least occasionally go out and tell your viewers about them. Look, people will support you, you know, whether – I know it's a big fear of people to say, like, oh, my God, I'm going to send a bunch of people to this new platform. But you have to trust your supporters and that they're going to go to your Subscribestar page and they're going to back you. Or if you're still using Patreon, they'll go to do that and back you, or they'll tip you on your live streams. You've got to have the stones to do that. Otherwise, these platforms will never survive. One of the biggest criticisms of BitChute, for example, is its search feature, which sucks. They admit it sucks. They're working on it. But when you go to their homepage, sometimes, since it's not curated, hey, look at why do I have all my videos on the homepage? That shouldn't be right. Sometimes you see, oh, this is who I'm subscribed to. Sorry. You see like weird videos, conspiracy type videos and things like that. Videos that make the platform look bad. And that's often used as a criticism, right? But a big thing is that without more middle of the road creators, like if the 10 or 20 creators that watch me would simply just set up a BitChute page. You don't have to upload your videos there. It automatically imports it. It takes me no time to manage it. All of a sudden, a lot of the more edgy content becomes a smaller percentage of the overall content, right? When you start a new platform, you end up with a lot of the castaways. And so it can, you know, we saw this in the early days with Gab. Everyone's like, oh my God, look at all these edgy boys. Well, they're all the people that were banned off Twitter and then they moved to something else. And that is why mainstream media is able to smear these people. So there's BitChute, there's Library, there's Daily Motion. And I'm not saying you should leave YouTube. I think you should stay here. You should grow your channel. You should fight. And you should occasionally remind your viewers that there are other options. And here's a perfect example of why it's concerning to me. When I look at, let me go here. I am logged out of my window, okay? I'm logged out of, this is a private window. I'm not logged into anything, right? When I try to type in BitChute in here, it is nowhere in any of the suggested autocomplete. Now, maybe it's because it's a curse word. That could be, but BITC still has Bitcoin mining, BitConnect meme. I mean, certainly BitChute is more relevant than that. And then if you look at Google itself, you know, I'm not signed in. It's a private window. If I go to try to find BitChute, it's not here. It's at no point does it ever suggest it. And then if I search it, it will show you BitChute. And see, a lot of people are like, oh, I see the first article I see is some article trashing BitChute. That's not necessarily true because they probably forgot to log out or they probably forgot to use a private window. So if you're doing a clean search, you're going to see their site, you're going to see their Twitter, you're going to see the Wikipedia talking about it, and then you're going to see a video about them. So it's a clean search result. But some people, oh, Brighteon, by the way, is another option for video creators. I forgot to tell people that. I should get over on that too. But again, when you look at these platforms, it's a lot of the edgy content. But if more milquetoast run-of-the-mill creators like myself, even my takes have gotten less spicy over the years. If we embrace these, if you spend the extra 5 minutes it takes, and I'm gonna get a Brighteon account, I'm gonna get over here as well. It looks like it says refuse to be silenced, free speech lives here. And I know that these platforms come and go. You know, VidMe was here and gone. There's been a million options. But it's this attitude. I saw Chris Reagan say it in his video. Nobody uses BitChute. Nobody's there. Well, why are you talking like that, Chris? You should be saying use BitChute and get people there. To dismiss it and say, you know, nobody uses it is just baloney. I hardly manage my page at all. And I get, you know, I mean, I have 17,000 subscribers here. And they're not all echo chambers. See, I get dislikes. But, I mean, you go, some of my videos, look, 1,000 views. Here's 700. Here's 1,000. Here's a video that got 1,200, 1,300. Here's 2,300, 1,600. It's growing. If you know, every major creator could just funnel off 1% of their viewers who are constantly saying how much they hate YouTube, you know, I mean, I think Styx has 75,000 subscribers on BitChute. Don't tell me nobody's here. And that's what I really hate. And all these platforms start out that way. Library, I just found out about it. I'm going to get the rest of my videos up here. But when you're talking about YouTube and Google censoring alternatives, that's very concerning. When you see articles like, you know, when you got Crowder saying the Purge is coming, in a tweet included a video where he theorized on what implications of the policy update could be for his channel and for the conservative community and YouTube at large. I don't really care what my viewers' political views are, and I don't want you to care about mine. That's the agreement I ask for my viewers. I ask for you and for me to be responsible adults and understand that in the real world, most people to the left and right of you didn't vote the way you did, but that's okay. On YouTube, I don't care where you lean. It's undeniable that people that hold those particular points of view, conservative, are constantly under different levels of scrutiny. And if they just go a little too far, they're purged from the platform. It seems like the platform is using any excuse to get rid of some of these popular channels that are viewed as conservative. And I say viewed because I don't know what any of these people's personal politics are, but I do know that the media likes to paint that as some sort of bad thing. I know a lot of my viewers are conservative, and I know a lot of my viewers are liberals, and most of my viewers are somewhere in between. I want all of you watching my videos. I want all of you sharing my videos. I want all of you engaged in my comment section, because what good is having a message if you're only looking to talk to the same people who already agree with you? This is the problem with YouTube punishing people. Now, like, Crowder does like to stir the poo, and he has, you know, lived in the grave for a very long time. I don't think they'll ever ban him if he doesn't screw up again. You know, the stuff he was saying about Carlos Maza, you know, I just wouldn't say on YouTube. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying he has every right to say it, but he should have known better. You shouldn't be calling people that stuff on YouTube in 2019. Steven's got to know better than that. And if he wants to put that type of content on his mug club or whatever, cool. But you've got to stay in the fight. You've got to play by some of the rules, but then you've got to also enlighten people to other options out there. If you get yeeted off the platform, what have you really done? The internet will, you know, there'll be some day where I'm removed from this platform, and there'll be a big hubbub for about 12 hours, and that'll be it. And I'll just be gone. The same it was for Mr. Jones, and the same it was for just everybody who's ever been banned from this platform. Very few of them ever come back. And it's important that we embrace alternatives, which is why I pay money. I back Subscribestar for $20 a month. I back BitChute for $20 a month, because as a creator, I should be doing that. My fellow creators, if they're in a position to, they should be too, and they should be letting people know about it, because I can show you how YouTube is apparently, at least conveniently, not putting BitChute in the autocomplete, and that seems unlikely given how much traffic that site actually has. So inform yourself, share videos like this, take the extra effort to compete in new platforms. I mean, in 2020, I'm going to start doing one video a week that's like secondary platform exclusive. And I know, oh, woe is me, but when I decide to do that, that's a very real financial hit. But these are the small things that people have to do. I'm not saying everybody watches my videos on YouTube. Go watch it other place. That would suck. But, you know, once a week, consider checking it out. You know, or once in a while, consider sharing a BitChute version of a video or a library version of a video. And organically, we can get more people to know about these platforms, because YouTube isn't incentivized to be any better than they are today unless there's any real competition. And if we keep throwing around, well, nobody's there, who uses us, nobody's ever going to be there. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you share the heck out of it. We'll talk to you again real soon.